Sidebrain, how are we gonna start this thing? Same way we start every helmet, Pinky. Bring out the army hat. So if you've seen any of my past builds, you'll have seen this helmet lots before. This is how I made my template for my sort of foam dome, like the basis of all the helmets that I make. So I've taken this helmet, I've wrapped it in cling film, then I've duct taped it and marked lines on it where to cut out. Once I'd cut these out, I made sure I could lie them flat by cutting little notches into them. And then I transferred that onto cardboard, and now I have these templates to use whenever I want to make a new piece of headwear. So what I'm going to do is transfer these onto the EVA foam I'm going to use for this part, and then we're going to use Fix-A-Fix. This stuff is awesome! It's a contact cement, so I have to put it on all the surfaces that need gluing together. And once that's dry, we can start putting these together. Ooh. Yeah, I've made a mistake. This is where I only noticed it because I've got F and B, so front and back. So these two, that should be F and F or B and B. But it's not. So yeah, I've put the glue on the wrong bit. So I'm going to have to now glue the correct bits. Right, now it's on the correct bits, we can start putting them together. Lining up all the little, as I call them, tram lines. They look nothing like tram lines, but that is just what I call them. Making sure it all fits nicely. And fitting the two halves together is actually the most difficult bit. But we've done it, and we've got the padding for inside our helmet. Okay, now I've done this. I know it looks ridiculous. So what I've done is I've put that foam dome I made onto my head model, and then I've wrapped this whole thing in Kellogg's cornflake cereal boxes. I save all of these up for things like this to make templates and stuff. And then, after wrapping it all in pretty much a whole roll of duct tape, I've ended up with this. Ta-da! Doesn't it look lovely? I know it looks mad, but this is what we're going to be using to make our template. So same as what we did with the army hat, cover the whole thing with cling film, and then cover the whole thing again with duct tape. I'm so glad I bought a massive supply of duct tape. You know, there were some points where I thought, oh, I don't know if this is working, but I just carried on, hoping for the best. Let's mark these horizontal tram lines along the vertical line, and we can now cut all the way around until we have got two pieces. Now we need to turn this into our cardboard template. So again, I've cut a few lines into the curved bit so that it can lay down flat. And I've used fabric pins to pin it to the cardboard, and underneath it is a really thick piece of EVA foam, so that when I pin it in place, it stays whilst I draw around it onto the cardboard. And once I've removed all the pins, I can cut this cardboard template out. We can transfer it onto the piece of foam we actually want to make the helmet out of. And then with a knife, we can cut it out. I'm sorry, that was a really crap edit. It felt better in my head, but it was all the wrong way around. Anyway, let's get on with it. And now, we've got it cut out of foam, buzzing to be at this stage finally. And we are just going to heat gun it and heat this bad boy up. Doing one side, then flipping it over and doing the other side. And you'll know when it's heated sufficiently, because you can see here it goes slightly darker when it's heated up. You don't want to go too dark because sometimes you can burn it, but you just want to see it darkening up nicely and get a bit of a shimmer to it as well. And then we're going to hold it over the army helmet while the army helmet is on the head model. Just sort of get it into the right shape before we start gluing, Then we can glue these notch bits together. And then once they're glued together, I'm going to heat it up again. So once we've heated it, I can hold it like this for a while until it's cooled down. And once it's cooled down, it should hold its shape then, you see. And that should be good to go. I've already done the other one, the back bit, and now it's time to glue the two halves together. It's taken a long time to get to this point, and this is really, really nerve-wracking. But also really, really exciting because I'm finally going to be able to have a helmet shape to work with out of foam. It's when you get to this middle section at the top, that's when it starts to get more difficult to glue the two bits together, especially when working with such large pieces of foam. So just keep working my way around it, making sure the tram lines are lined up nicely. And then we can take a look at how it is. Now, there's something I haven't told you, and that is that I did do one tester before. and I hated it, so I've started the whole thing again. So this was actually my second attempt. There's my first attempt, and I think it looks god-awful, to be honest with you, compared to this one. I think this one is a lot better. There's still some shaping issues, but we can fix that with the heat gun and a bit of rolling later. But yeah, this is the first one, and there was too many pieces to it. I didn't like it. I thought it was rubbish, so much prefer the new one. Right, now I've gone back to my template and I'm cutting out a strip from the bottom of it, because the power armor helmets all have like a curve underneath at the very bottom. They're not just they don't just like completely stop. They curve under. So what I'm going to do is use this piping, this tube stuff, which is the same stuff I used for my Oblivion diorama when I wanted to put the lights through the inside of it. But it's a bit thin, so I'm covering it with foil just to sort of bump it up a bit, you know? And once I've done that, I can then tape it to the inside of the helmet template with, again, duct tape. Do you know what? I swear, when I go to the hardware store, they probably think I'm some sort of murderer or something with the amount of this stuff I buy. This and like Stanley blades and stuff. Little do they know, just making a helmet. Right, at this point, there was a lot of back and forth between the foam and the helmet templates, just making sure that everything was right until I was able to get this curve here at the bottom of the helmet. And then more cutting, followed by a bit more cutting, then a bit of sanding. And now we've got these 4 pieces of more flexible foam that I can heat up, hold around the bottom of this edge until it's nice and cool to make sure it's got its shape. Once I've done this with all of them, I can finally glue them onto the bottom of the helmet. I've had to use the more flexible, thinner foam because it's a bit more malleable for the curved edges, you know? Then I can heat gun all this and hold it into place. Woo! Proper happy that that section is done. And if you're still with me, thank you, because I'm aware this took a long time to get to this stage. Now we got this, but those top bits where it's been glued together are still a little sharp in areas, a bit pokey, if that makes sense. So I'm going to heat it up and then just roll it against the mat. And as you can see, it kind of gives it more of a curve without those jagged edges. So I'm going to keep doing this over and over again until I'm happy with the shape. Right, that's looking a lot better. Well happy with that now. Then I had to make the all-important faceplate, which goes over the front bottom bit of the helmet. So I used pretty much the same techniques as I've been using on the helmet itself. Making the shape of it, using the cling film, the duct tape, cutting that out to make a template, and then transferring that onto foam, which I can then glue together around the front of the helmet. Again, this has got a pokey bit sticking out the front, but we can sort that out with the heat gun, so heat it up a little bit. And then roll it a bit, and then I'm going to hold it so it kind of flattens to the mat, as you can see here. And once that's cooled down, if we turn it around, yay! It's got the shape I want now. Absolutely buzzing, and I can glue this on. I think that's pretty much the basic shape of the helmet. So we've done most of the hard work, and now we can get on to the fun stuff. Like adding these vents that are just on the forehead here. So I'm cutting out the shape, and I've got to cut it out of the padding foam as well, which I have glued inside the hat by now. And once the shape's cut out, and I've got these 2 pieces here, I'm just going to do a little bit of sanding on the inside just to smooth it out because it's quite jagged in there now. And then I'm going to draw around these 2 pieces that I cut out onto some thin EVA foam. And I've glued together 2 sides of a peg, like a clothing peg. This isn't actually going on the helmet, this is just a tool to help me with this bit. I'm going to sand the edges of them so they've got a bit more of a roundedness to them. And then I can take them and push them into these bits of foam to try and get the shape of the vents that I want. And then I can glue these thin bits onto the thicker bits that I cut out, and we can start putting them in place, because these also have to be sort of slightly inlaid on the helmet as well, so that's why I've had to cut them out to do this. And then there is this eye mask plate thing. And you know what? Every bit that I'm adding is making me a lot happier with this, because it was looking really plain, but every little bit of detail you add, I kind of got a little bit more endorphins each time and a bit of excitement, you know? Alright, now for the actual visor itself, you can see inside it, it's got like a lining, like a lip, which sticks out a bit. So I'm using some of the medium foam, which I've cut into strips. I'm just gluing that in so it sort of hangs over a bit on the outside. Just going around the whole thing and making sure it's all on there good. And this bit was so satisfying because this was a bit easier than anything I'd done up to this point. So I'm putting the strip that goes down the middle of the helmet on, and this felt really, really good. I've got a candy floss stick and I've wrapped a piece of sandpaper around it, and I'm just going to sand here some lines. And these are going to be the thick sort of trench lines that you see going all around the helmet in different areas. Once I've sanded it, I'm using the heat gun again to heat up the foam. And then I'm going to take just the candy floss stick and press it in while the foam is still hot and flexible, just to give it a bit of a heavier indent. And there is that circle bit for the side, which holds the drop-down magnifier, so there's like an outline for that as well. So what I've done is heated up the foam, and then I've got a yogurt pot, and I'm just going to press that into it hard as I can, and that's left as a nice indent there. And then next, we've got the side vents. And this was quite fun because these are indented again as well. So I've had to cut them out, give it a sand again because it's always a little bit rough. No matter how sharp my knife is, it always needs a little bit of a sand after I've cut something out. And then a heat up just to seal it all in again, you know? And there's also indents going around these vents as well. So I'm having to sand those. And this took quite a while to do, but I think it looks okay. Now I've made a template out of cardboard for these bits to make these out of the thin EVA foam. Then we can glue these to the larger pieces of foam that we cut out and pop them back in. Just putting them back in a little bit deeper. There we go. Yes! Now inside the bottom of the helmet where it curves under, it wasn't quite holding its shape. Every time I reheat it, the curve comes out. So I've used that PVC pipe from earlier, and I'm going to glue that in here with some hot glue to make sure it definitely holds its shape at all times. So yeah, this step made my life a lot easier going forward. Right, now was a really enjoyable bit. I wanted to do this grille at the front, this circle grille. And I tried it out of EVA foam and it just wasn't working for me. So I've got this XPS foam, which is what I use to do my diorama bases. And I've put that into the top of a yogurt pot that I've cut to size. Then I've scribed some lines into the foam using a pencil. And I'm going to take my ruler and press it in on the edges of these lines. Just going all the way along the whole thing doing it. And as you can see, it's got these really nice indents. It looks like a bit of a grill, I think. It should do once it's properly painted and everything anyway. Really happy with that. Now that I'm happy with it, I can glue it all in. Hot glue does tend to burn this XPS foam quite badly, but it's sealed it into the yogurt pot and luckily it hasn't burnt all the way through, you know? There's one thing left to do for this bit, and that is cut out the hole from the front of the helmet and pop this bad boy in place. I've been looking forward to doing this, you know. We can push it through and it should stick out just enough so that we can add an extra lip along the outside using some of the really thin EVA foam. Once that's done, I'm going to give it a coat of Mod Podge and black paint just to seal this foam, because this foam, like you just seen, then it melts when you put anything hot on it. So any chemicals or anything like that go on this that isn't acrylic paint could cause it to dissolve in some way. So yeah, it needed a good coat of Mod Podge. Right, now the next thing to do is this ridge that goes down the centre at the bottom. So this has got to be indented as well, like a lot of the other bits. So we're going to have to cut that out. Now I've made a replacement one of these because this was two bits stuck together. It's got a line down the middle and we can't have that, can we? So I've cut out a fresh piece of foam to glue into the centre here. Again, setting it back a little bit just to make it look right. And then I've got a border out of the thin EVA foam that I can just glue around the edges here. There we go. Now it's time for Nostrils. And this I enjoyed. I really did enjoy doing this. So I've cut out these little like coins of EVA foam and I've put some little pinprick holes in there as a guide. Now I'm going to use a skewer to widen each of these holes. Just sort of twist in to make sure that it actually gets in there and really makes a decent groove, you know? And I've ended up with this. And the reason this bit was so exciting for me was because I get to use my Greeblies. I love using my Greeblies. So these are Playmobil barrels, and they've got a lovely little lid on them that I think will work well if we put this on top like that. But before we glue it on, I'm going to have to do some sanding because we need to make sure that the glue will stick. We need to make sure that any paint is going to stick to this as well. So make sure it's scored nice. Then we can cut out the holes in the helmet. Just pop that out. And it's time to fit them in place. I've been looking forward to this. I really have. This was so satisfying. Just putting these in their home. Woohoo! Really pleased with that. And now we've got to fix up all those lines that are still there from the original template where we glued it together. And on my ultramarine armor, I used decorator's caulk. But for this one, I've decided to use foam clay because I've discovered this since. And this stuff's amazing. So I'm putting it into the groove and then taking some water on my finger and then rubbing that on it to kind of spread it out around the area of the line. So I've gone over every join doing this. And while I wait for that to dry, I can start applying the rivets. And what I'm using for the rivets are actually little half pearls. I got like a box full of different sizes of them. And these are so handy. So we need a few rivets on the front bit there. And then I've put a couple on the vents that are either side of that. And now the foam clay's dry. So I'm going to go over it and sand it with a really light grit sandpaper on a sanding block. And then I'm going to take some Scotch Brite and go over it with this because this is just a lot finer. And that's nice and smooth. Oh, so much better. And the final stage for this video is to take it outside and give it a coat of Plasti Dip. But this was one of my favourite things. Doing the primer is always a great bit to do because it's when you see everything come together and start looking like one rather than just individual pieces that have been put together. So this is the helmet so far. I'm quite happy with it. I know there's some imperfections, but when I showed it to the Dino Lord, he was like, yeah, but the thing is, you don't have to make it absolutely perfect. This thing has been built sort of during a nuclear war. It's survived afterwards. People have made adjustments to it. And I was like, yeah. And the thing is, with the paint that I'm going for, I haven't revealed what paint I'm going to be using yet. But with the paint I'm going for, I kind of want it to look a bit scuffed in areas as well, you know? I don't want it to look perfect. I did the same with the paint on the ultramarine armor as well. I didn't want it to look perfect. I wanted it to look like it had been worn, you know, it had been through some stuff. And I think it might look the better for it as well. I could have kept going with the foam clay until I had it completely smooth, but I think that would kind of make it look a bit too perfect. I don't know. You can let me know in the comments what you think. But either way, I'm quite happy with what I've got so far. There's still stuff that needs to be done. I need the pipes that go around the front. I need the pipes that come down from underneath the eyes, as well as the rangefinder or the magnifier that's on the side of the helmet. That'll need to be done as well. So that'll all be for the next video. I've just had the stuff arrive this morning, actually, that I need to work on that bit. So I'm quite excited about that. But yeah, to come from what we had earlier with that big cardboard thing, that was just a horrendous monstrosity, really, wasn't it? I wasn't quite sure what it was going to become. So overall, quite pleased with the progress so far. Hopefully you like it as well, and I cannot wait to get cracking on the rest of it. So if you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up maybe, and consider subscribing to keep up to date with this build. There will be a link in the description to the full playlist. I'll do that for every video. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day, guys, and take care.